we go to look at the bike that Leonardo rides only in toy form, because I'm sure this isn't going to be in the movie, but we could be mistaken, and by we I mean me. I don't know. I mean, the toys just do their own thing sometimes, but we did see that the blue scooter, hold on, this thing is actually in the making of a ninja, which is the like kids book that is supposed to like help them read or whatever and kind of tell the story of Ninja Turtles, at least before the movie. Now, this one is got ninja kick in action. That's pretty sweet, man. I mean, for a kid's toy, that's the kind of stuff you live for. And this includes a Leonardo with a helmet that is exclusively only available in this awesome box of bike stuff. And at the bottom, we got some cross-sell, apparently is what that's called. Thank you, Mad Hatter. And Ninja Star firing action. So you shoot stuff out and you do some flippy kicks. But this is neat. This is you know, as far as like a kid's toy, this is pretty fun. And I hate when stickers are on boxes, but this is no big deal. When I was a kid, I didn't open packages with any care. I ripped those things open. I actually have some videos of me just like destroying the box that Krang came in and the Leonardo car, the like convertible car that had Leonardo's bandana on the top, just like ripping those boxes. It's like if they were strapped in like these things, I didn't cut stuff, I tried to rip them out of it. So we got instructions, we've got this plastic box, which again, these kind of like at least convincing me that these are environmentally friendly straps, but who knows, because sometimes there's still plastic stuff in there like these, right? All right, a pretty simple setup, a Leonardo, a bike, the ninja discs, and his swords. And then you get this instruction booklet, which tells you to put the arms in there like this so that the ninja kick action works correctly, and then how to fire your stuff. And you need to have his legs spread, ready to go at any moment. So this Leonardo is identical to the Leonardo that came before him in that multi-pack. However, his hands are gigantic. Look at those monstrous hands. So for the sake of a side-by-side comparison, look at the body. Body is identical. Nothing has changed there. Everything is the same except for the head and these monster hands. They are gigantic. I guess, I don't know. So they don't bend as much because these things are like really soft on the regular figure and these are super thick. So I guess to keep the grip on the handlebars when he's flipping and kicking and stuff and he doesn't come flying off, but they're comically large for a figure to be by himself. He pretty much needs to be on that bike. But again, these are kids' toys, okay? So just get over it. Now, the head with the helmet, so looking at the bottom of the head, you can actually see his I guess what his head would be coming through. So that's kind of interesting. But it's another case of like, I wish that the helmets would come off, but again, hey, no big deal. So the ninja discs that come out of the front of it are pretty simple. They're kind of a translucent with a little turtle logo icon, embroidery, not embroidery, embossing. His swords, which are pretty much exactly the same as the set that comes with him, and the bike itself, which has that ninja kicking action because of the pizza slice, which is so stupid. I understand the whole pizza concept with turtles and stuff, but you know, as a kid, this would have been like, kids would probably love this. I would have been obsessed with this whole bike, I'm sure, but as an adult collector, I think the pizza on the back of the bike is such an odd choice. You could have done so many different things. But details of the bike, this whole setup, it doesn't lock in place. So this is just always flopping around, apparently. It's kind of a bummer. Even as a kid, it'd be like, why is that doing that? Is it broken? Is mine broken? Or are they all like that? I mean, it seems like there would be a way to lock it in, but nope. That's a bummer. Anyway, as far as the details go, this looks like a pizza delivery box on the top with another pizza slice to shoot the discs out. You've got some details here of the light fixture, which again, this is kind of looks like a real light versus leaning into this cartoon style, whatever. I don't know what I'm trying to say. It's just an odd choice to ever go with like a realistic sticker versus trying to do something cartoony. But when it comes to the details of this bike, they're fine. You know, the sculptors had some fun. There's some details like this sewer, which would make a really heavy front wheel. But, you know, again, a kid's toy. So why do you keep pointing out weird things? The exhaust pipes and all that stuff. So this is basic. This is a fine, it's okay. But the biggest issue that I'm seeing right now is that. The back tire is wide, and you would think that would be enough to keep it flat. But I think it might be because of this ridge going down the front of the wheel in the center. I think that is going to prevent it from standing so easily. So any slight balance is going to knock this thing over, which is really a serious problem. I mean, even as a kid, you know, this would be like, oh, constantly he's falling over and then he's flipping off the handlebar. So let's see what happens when we put his hands on these handlebars. And you can see there's like this kind of thick, flat ridge here. So it's gonna really limit what other figures can go on here because these gigantic freaking hands. But anyway, if you want him to just be riding it like a normal boy, it does make him look even smaller than normal. This bike doesn't seem scaled properly for this series of turtles. I know they're kind of smaller because they're teens and stuff, but it still seems a little bit off. And that's if you want him to be propped up. You can't even get him to like be his own kickstand. Anyway, the ninja kicking action happens with the legs spread, the handles set up, and great. It's fine. It's fine, I guess. I don't know. Even as a kid, this might be like more of an annoying toy than a fun toy. It's like those things where they set it up in the commercials and it's like, get out of here, Bebop. Ow. Yeah, I don't know. It's good for marketing and advertising, but it's not a great functional item. Yeah, I don't know. The weight of him helps keep the handlebars down, so that's better than when they were just kind of loose. And then you got to really apply pressure to get him to kick out. Even with his legs in the kicking pose, you really got to give it a good twist. But once he's up, you can kind of just what's up, Darioken? Yeah, so I don't know. It's a weird item. It's not my favorite, that's for sure. As far as putting the swords in, you just take the handle and then give it a little twist. That's it. I'm not sure why there's like this cutout section here. It seems like the blade or something would go through there, but it doesn't. You put the sword in and you go at an angle. And that's it. That's how the sword goes on there. But he can only put one on the bike, and then obviously best thing is just put the other one in his thing. But it's Raphael's bike. This scooter, the knives can sit both of them. That thing is already better. This is kind of mediocre. And compared to the 2002 bike, which looks a lot like this thing as far as you know, the general idea, this one would shoot out rockets or something out of here. I don't have those, but you would push the buttons and then fire it. This is a better concept all around. This has like it's a tougher look overall. It's better paint. This is just plastic with a little bit of paint for the green. And this thing, yeah, I don't know. I think this was like a overall better concept. And this thing has a kickstand, so it can just stand up. Why you wouldn't build a kickstand for this, I do not know. So trying to get him to stand up is actually a serious problem. You can do it. It's just, yeah, not great. So as far as the firing the discs, you can only do one at a time. So the discs only take one at a time, and then to shoot it, you just push the pizza forward, and that's it. It doesn't have a whole lot of pressure, not like the pizza firing action of the van, but it's whatever. It's enough. It's a kid's toy again, so all my problems get washed away. I'll complain, and then you take those complaints and then you just throw them in the trash because it's a kid's toy. Ask your kids what they think of this stuff. Is this cool for them? I don't know. Probably not. Depending on the age of the kid. But I do think it's interesting to use a translucent visor. It's kind of a nice touch. But overall, not great. I don't think it's really worth the price. This one though, I love, and it's pretty universal, works incredibly well with 6-inch figures of any sort, so Marvel stuff, whatever. This one I am a fan, and it actually, the NECA Toon stuff looks really good on here. And before I forget, because the last time whenever I did this scooter, I knew, before I even did that, I knew when I did the van that you could put the scooter in the back of this thing, and I forgot to do it in the review, but it works. I don't know if it was designed this way for this thing to work. There's probably some promo image out there, but it does. You just gotta lift the front wheel up over that yellow bit and then it locks in. That's it. It's kind of cool if you wanted this like multi-purpose action. Great, again, for kids to have a good time. And when you're a kid, that's all you want to do is have a good time. When you get older, you gotta pay bills and you know, your back hurts all the time because you sit at this stupid desk all the time. But this one also fits, you just kind of go in at an angle. Whatever. So whichever bike you got, this dookie one that's not worth the $24.99, or the really cool one that's versatile, that one, that's the winner. Between the scooters, if you're gonna spend $24.99 on only one of them, this is definitely the cooler one. Like I said, it's more universal, it works with a lot more characters, and I think it could make a really cool April O'Neil scooter. And I mean, for the NECA Toon stuff, this could be, just do some slight changes and make it a Channel 6 bike. That'd be sweet. Change that to Channel 6 or something. Yeah, that'd be cool. That's a good idea, me. You're welcome, everyone else that heard it. But there you go. So $24.99, not worth it. It's a hunk of goopy goop poop stuff. And I guess this is where I'll get into posing, and then I'll see you next time. Thank you so much for watching. And then now I say, I'll see you next time.